wondered why US keeps going back to Pakistan every time? This despite Pakistan army repeatedly backstabbing the Americans and the other European countries. This despite Pakistan army being very extremely close to China, CCP, their army, and even helping China to an extent. So why does US keep going back to Pakistan army? For that matter, why does US even entertain Turkey? If you look at it, Turkey and Pakistan are very similar. Their habits are pretty similar. They keep irking the Americans and they keep pushing, Turkey and Pakistan keep pushing America's tabs. So why does America or the Western countries have to bear Turkey or Pakistan? There might be hundreds of reasons that have been explained to us. One reason, which is almost always not described or not talked about much, is the fact that Pakistan and Turkey actually provide these Western countries with mercenary army. In fact, if you look at it, they provide these mercenaries to China too. So who are these mercenaries? These mercenaries can be in the form of terrorists. These mercenaries can be as, of course, paid mercenaries. But this is what exactly works in favor of Pakistan. Pakistan was also involved in carrying out an operation against Palestinians in Jordan, and a lot of Palestinians were killed. That's a long story, but when Pakistan army talks about Palestine or the rights of Palestinians, they forget that not so long ago Ziaul Haq was involved in an operation against the Palestinians. Now, what exactly did they do back then? They were being mercenaries, but that was in the form of uniformed soldiers. Before I go further, I would like to add that one of Turkey's non-state actors are active part of East Turkestan Islamic movement, which made headlines when Syria's Assad government fell apart. This is a group that China rarely fears. China has been very vocal against Turkey on this issue in United Nations. Uyghurs of China's westernmost province, Xinjiang, is a very sensitive topic for China, and they form the main part of East Turkestan Islamic movement. Another lesser talked about proxies are from Iran, or Iran-backed Hamas, Hezbollah and Houthis, who have directly or indirectly helped Russia's cause in Africa and in Middle East. There are also reports that these people, Pakistan army, this is exactly why ISI runs these terrorist camps. So they create these terrorists who sometimes come and carry out their attacks in Kashmir. Sometimes these same terrorists are recruited to ISIS, and from there they are sent to Syria, they are sent to other Middle Eastern countries wherever US needs them. So what US doesn't exactly have to dirty its hand. It's not just about US. Look at any country, be it Russia, be it China. Why do all these countries normalize their relation? Of course, there are lots of other reasons which are also working in favor of Pakistan and Turkey, but one of the main reasons is all these Western countries, or even China for that matter, they lack either the human resources or experience to carry out an attack, or let's say they just do not want to take the blame for the attack. So what happens is they carry out attacks through these terrorist groups, and nobody can be held responsible for the terrorist attacks. This is exactly why China goes against UN to ban terrorist groups sitting inside Pakistan, because these terrorist groups carry out attacks inside India and it works in favor of China. This is exactly why China does not let anyone ban those terror groups or some of the main terrorists of those groups. It's the same way for Russia and the other Western countries. Now, when I mentioned Russia, look at it. Imran Khan went to Russia and he was invited to Russia on the day Russia carried out an attack on Ukraine. This is because Russia was very, very aware that it will need men outside their army or mercenaries to carry out these attacks and sustain these attacks against Ukraine. This is exactly why North Korean soldiers and so many other mercenary groups were invited to Russia by both sides, both Russia and Ukraine, to carry out attacks. So my point here is, when Imran Khan went to Russia, and they might have discussed a lot of other things, but one of those topics was sending mercenaries to Russia, which Imran Khan had accepted, and that was not acceptable to Pakistan army. So when they're sending these mercenaries to Russia, they're clearly going against their treaties with America. So this is why Pakistan army backed out, and Imran Khan was stuck in a limbo and finally ended up getting incarcerated, because those are the red lines which Imran Khan was not expected to cross, but he did. Anyways, the point here is, one of the main reasons why Turkey and Pakistan are able to maintain their position among Western countries, yet they cater to the needs of Russia and China, and they're pretty much neutral and they are yet welcomed by all sides, is because they are providing mercenaries. When it comes to Turkey, there's an example that I would like to give, which is not often discussed about, but as Russia was moving its ammunition toward the Ukrainian border, and it was almost all, and when it was confirmed that Russia is about to carry out an attack against Ukraine in 2021, which is almost months before the actual attack took place, and it was confirmed somewhere in May 2021, there was a news that Turkey is moving its non-state actors from Syria to Ukraine. So Ukraine clearly knew it will need more manpower. How do you give that manpower? NATO cannot send its soldiers to Ukraine. So what does it do? Request Turkey for soldiers or these mercenaries who are fighting in Syria, and they are sent to Ukraine. Some of them were sent to Ukraine. I do not have the exact figures of how many were sent, but yes, this news had come up in somewhere May 2021, or somewhere in the middle of 2021. So that is months before Russia attacked Ukraine. And then, so this is why you will see Turkey doesn't really hesitate from locking its horns with Israel, or even with America at times, and it might surprise us. So what is their bargaining chip? Their bargaining chip is their non-state actors. This is why Pakistan and Turkey, it's almost always Pakistanis who are carrying out massive radicalization campaigns across the world, and they do not get hammered by the Western countries or their organizations, because it works in favor of the Western countries which lack the manpower. So once again, I would like to reconfirm that there are hundreds of reasons why US and the other Western countries or China collaborate with Pakistan or Turkey, but one of the main reasons is mercenary army.